Hello, good day, and welcome to this tutorial on how to use Filmora. Today we're going to be using Filmora version 11, and let's get started. So this is what happens when you double click, when you first open Filmora. You're going to be treated to this screen right here. So let's just go ahead and click create new project and wait for the workspace to pop out. So now, when you look at this workspace, you only have to remember a few things. One is this part right here. This is your project panel. All of your project files go here. Next, this is your timeline. Your timeline is where you do most of your cutting and pasting and layering. Next is this part right here, which is your toolbar. All of the tools necessary to edit your videos will be here. And then your effects will be on this part right here. Let's get started. First, let's go ahead and drag the files that we need. All right, now that all the files that we need are here, let's go ahead and start editing. First, let's drag the video that we're going to edit here into our timeline. So if you go ahead and start scrolling, you'll see all the frames in your video.
Okay, mustahan, 164, 3.
Okay, so as you can see, the audio is not really that good. Luckily, we have a spare audio right here. So I'm just going to drag it down there, and then we can see the waveform of the spare audio that we have. We recorded this during the actual recording of this video. So this really is meant to serve as a backup audio for this particular video clip. Now, how do we make sure that these two are synchronized? That's easy. We highlight both of them. We right click, and then we click on auto synchronization. Now that these two files are synchronized, we can now cut the starting portion to ensure that the video starts at the point exactly where we want it to start. So we just press this split button right here on the slider. And then we have already made a cut. We will then select these two clips. These are unnecessary. We don't want those. And then we press delete. There we go. Let's try watching it.
Ayan, at para naman sa ating segment na Mustahan, ito ang ating public service announcements.
As you can see, the audio is so much better than it was previously. Let's try to listen to the previous version. And now let's listen to the version with the backup audio.
Project ay isang non-profit youth organization.
The volume is much louder, and the words of our subjects are much clearer. Let's go ahead and put them to the side for now. Our video is going to need a title screen. How do we create a title screen? Filmora comes with free titles that you can select from here on the upper panel. Just click on titles, wait for it to load, and then here you can see various titles that you can use. Let's try using a simple version. Maybe this version right here. Let's preview it. Okay, so that is our sample title. We can edit the contents of this by double-clicking on the words of the title itself. So let's try. There. And as you can see, the alignment has changed. So let's just go ahead and drag this to the left. Let's preview it. There we go. That looks nice. Let's try dragging our initial video closer so it sticks to the title screen.
Ayan, at para naman sa ating segment na
Okay, sometimes we might not want an abrupt cut right here.
Ayan, at
The next thing that we should do is try to add a transition. Just click on the transition button on the upper part of the panel. Maybe we could try using this dissolve. We drag it into our title. And then we control the length of the transition itself by dragging the edge of the transition. Let's watch it again.
Ayan, at para naman sa ating segment na K-mustahan, ito.
That looks much better, doesn't it? Okay, now let's try to learn how to adjust the volume of our audio. We can adjust the volume of our audio by clicking and dragging this bar right here. Do you see the wavelength being adjusted? By dragging it down, we are minimizing the volume. By dragging it up, we are making sure that it is stronger. This is our default volume.
K-mustahan, ito ang ating public service announcement.
It might seem too loud for some people. Let's try dragging it down. Let's play it again.
For episode 164, Katoto Project.
That's much better. We can listen to our video without ruining our ears. Next, you might want to add some music. You can add music by dragging your music down to the audio panel right here on your timeline. Let's listen to it.
Ayan, at para naman sa ating segment na K-mustahan, ito ang ating public service announcements for episode 164.
Now, we may not want to have that music play throughout the entire video. So what we can do is we can cut it. How do we cut it? The same way that we cut the video a while ago, we are going to cut this song as well. So we select it and then we press this cut button right here. Then we delete the rest of the song. Now, let's listen to it.
Ayan, at para naman sa ating segment na K-mustahan, ito ang ating public service announcement.
That's great, but we might not want the song to end abruptly. So what we are going to do is we are going to make sure that it fades out. We can fade out the song by clicking and dragging this arrow right here. Do you see that mark? That arrow will not always be there. It is only visible if you hover your mouse button on that panel right there. Do you see it? It's invisible. It's visible. It's invisible. It's visible. It's only visible if I hover my mouse over the song that I want to adjust. Let's try adjusting it now. This ensures that the waveform goes softer and softer. The volume keeps going down as the color changes. Let's try listening to it.
Ayan, at para naman sa ating segment na Mustahan, ito ang ating public service announcement.
Did you hear that? Let's try listening to it with just the song. It doesn't end abruptly. More so, it just fades out. Okay, let's now try adding some text on our screen. Let's go back to titles, and then let's search lower thirds. This will allow us to put some text to show the names of our hosts. For example, here. Let's try editing here. Let's make a copy of that. There. When we play it, the lower thirds will show. Watch. There are a lot of options here for your lower thirds, so if you're having problems reading the font, you can just change it. Alright. We might want to show some supporting visuals for our video. For example, let's try using this particular video. Let's drag it into our timeline. Now that it's already on our timeline, we can now work on the secondary video that we are editing. I just want to use this part all the way to this part right here. So just a few seconds of this very long video. What do I do? Do I still use this scissors right here? No. It's better if we use the razor tool over here or the quick split mode. Alternatively, we can also press C on our keyboards. Let's try it now. I will press C and my cursor will turn into a blade. Let's try clicking on the video that we want to edit. And then we scroll here to the part where we want it to end. And then we press C again. Once I'm done using this tool, I have to press the select tool or V. Press V. As you can see, the video that we cut did not affect the layers below it. Using the red button here, the red scissors here, will ensure that all the layers below the video that you want to cut will also be cut. But by using C or the quick split mode, we ensure that only the video that we want to cut gets cut. I will show you right now. Pressing the scissors button cuts all the layers. However, using the quick split mode or pressing C just cuts one layer, the layer that we click. Now that we already have the part of the video, the part of the supporting video that we want to use, we can delete the rest. Select, then delete. Select, then delete. And we can just drag this to wherever part of the video that we want this to appear in. Let's view it now.
Sa Katoto Project at sumama sa kanilang paglalakbay para sa batang paetenyo. Para makasali, maaaring i-like ang mga social media page ng Katoto Project o hanapin sa Facebook si John Russell.
Again, we might not want it to end abruptly. Let's go back to transitions. Use dissolve. Let's put it on both ends of the video this time. Let's control the duration of the transition. Let's make it shorter on both ends. Now let's preview it.
Sa kanilang paglalakbay project at sumama sa kanilang paglalakbay para sa batang paetenyo. Para makasali, maaaring i-like ang mga social media page ng Katoto Project.
Great. Now it might be time to add credits to our video. Alright, credits can be found in the titles section of Filmora. Let's go to titles. Let's search credits. And then from here, we can select this credit, credit 1. And then we can preview it. I am not going to change the contents of these credits, but just for our example, we can double click it and then we can start editing the names here. So for example, we can write director and we can say John Doe. We can select all, then we can center everything, center align everything to make sure that everything is aligned at the center. And then that's it. Those will be your credits. For your particular project, you might want to edit all of these. It just depends on you. You can also delete some of them. Let's try deleting everything here. We can delete them by highlighting everything and then just pressing delete on our keyboards. We can also use the text panel here and then just start typing. So for example, we can also write writer. Jane Doe. There we go. The changes that we made here are reflected on our screen. Now we may not want to have our credits completely silent, so let's add another song here at the end. I will be using the same song, just a different part of the song. So I dragged it down here. I'm going to be using my quick cut mode, which is the C button, letter C. I will cut some parts of this song. I will delete the parts of the song that I don't need. Then I will fade in the song. Remember how we do this? We highlight, we select the item that we want to fade in and fade out. We drag this arrow right here to the left or to the right. And then we preview it. We make sure that it's fading in and fading out. Let's try it now.
Hanapin sa Facebook si John Russell.
Now for our main video, we might not want it to end so abruptly. So let's use another transition. Let's use fade. We drag the transition there, and then we preview it.
O hanapin sa Facebook si John Russell.
Alright, so that's it. We've already used multiple layers in our video. We faded in and faded out some audio. We synchronized our main video's audio with another backup audio. We learned how to adjust the volume. We learned how to edit titles. We also learned how to adjust lower thirds and how to edit the content of lower thirds. And that's basically what you need to know about the core functions of this particular editing software. After that, we are now going to export our project file. We can press export here, and that will take us to this screen right here. This tells us the settings. We can adjust these parts depending to our liking, but for our purposes, as an example, we will use the default MP4 setting. If you are not using the default MP4 setting, simply click on the MP4 button here, and you are good to go. Click on this folder right here to tell your computer where to save the exported file. For our purposes, I set it to this folder right here. Make sure to remove all the checkboxes here, whether it's upload to cloud and auto highlight. Make sure to remove the check. And make sure that this is checked. And then after that, we click export. And there you go. There you have it. Those are some Filmora basics. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments below. And thank you for watching.